Alright, as reported by the Australians versus the Agenda, the CDC bill just passed Parliament. And let me explain exactly how terrible this is for everyone. But first, I'm going to explain to you how this happens. Right, and it's as simple as this. Follow the money every single time. Right, we know that Big Pharma makes billions off pushing pills and the jabs. BlackRock, Vanguard and State Street, well, they all have shares in Big Pharma. And the WHO, well, they're an unelected body that sets the rules for pandemics worldwide. So let me explain the control they just gave to one person who can refuse freedom of information requests. Step 1, pay a couple grand to get the lobbyists into Parliament. Step 2, don't waste your time with the useless moronic MPs. Go straight to the bureaucrats. They're the ones who write the laws. Step 3, the lobbyists sit down with the bureaucrats. They slide over a coffee with maybe something else. And then they say, write this Australian CDC, just like America's, but with a lot more control. The unelected bureaucrats getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, they nod their heads, they do as they're told, and they are good little servants. Which brings me on to step 4. The lobbyist then also hits up the head Labor politician, the one that's already in bed with Big Pharma, BlackRock, and the WHO. They convince him that this bill is absolutely golden. This fool buys it hook, line, and sinker because he's told to, like a good little servant. And then step 5, when they need a vote for the bill in Parliament, he turns around to his backbenchers and says, obey. Then the entirety of the Labor, Greens, Tills and Independents, well, they turn around and say, yes, I will vote, because they don't want to lose their pension because they're moronic cowards and they don't stand for anything. So all these MPs, they either toe the line or they get backstabbed by their own party. This is how it works. These people are evil. Now that you know all that information, let me explain to you exactly what's in the bill. First off, it starts January the 1st, 2026, and guess how much Albanese poured into it? $251 million, $250 million. This bill hands complete and utter control to one director in the entire nation. He or she controls all the disease data, all public health advice, and we know what happened during COVID, and this is a nail in the coffin. All the information you're allowed to know. Freedom of information requests, well, they can get blocked. And that's lawyer speak for, we can hide anything we want to. The health minister is calling this a single trusted source. And the meaning for that? Trust me, bro. So let me connect the dots for you so it really sinks in. Money, which sits at the top of everything. BlackRock, they own pharma, they own the lobbyists. The lobbyists then buy access to Parliament. They get access to the bureaucrats then write the bill. Then that same lobbyist, he goes to the senior MP and he obeys because he is controlled. And then that senior MP tells all the junior MPs, you obey or you get kicked out. And then the bill passes and the Australian CDC, well, they've just been granted godlike powers. And what's the result? Well, if an emergency comes up nationwide, they can declare lockdown, mandates, you know what. If you question the science, misinformation, and they'll take care of you. If you want any of the data, freedom of information request just got denied. So when I come out and say to you, these people in Parliament do not work for us, I mean it. And I am 100% serious when I say it is us first them, it is Australia first until we die. What's your thoughts?